I'm gonna tell you a story about the power of words, about your own voice and being heard, the power to heal, the power to hurt. I want to be who I needed when I was younger. I want to achieve more than I ever thought was possible. I believe in standing up. I'm not backing up, easing up, or shutting up. I'm gonna make a change. I promised myself that I would take a stand, try to save others by holding out my hand. I will not let another kid feel like someone else's prey. Whether you are the bully, the bullied, or the bystander, today is a new day. Stand up, don't back down, and be brave. I'm Aija Mayrock. I'm a poet, writer, and author. I live in New York, and I'm 25 years old. When I was really young, I struggled with a lisp and a stutter, and so I always went to writing as my kind of escape and my creative outlet. And then I struggled with bullying from the time I was 8 until I was 16. It began with the way I spoke, and then it escalated to all sorts of other things. I was trying to work through that experience and how it affected my mental health. It was so bad that I would come to school every day and my classmates would tell me to kill myself and that my life wasn't worth anything as young as in 3rd grade. Then social media was coming up at that time period, and so it went from just being in school to 24/7. During that whole time period, I didn't tell anyone what I was going through. And so I think as the years went on, writing was my way of coping and surviving it. A lot of times when I spoke up, people will say it's just kids being kids, it's not a big deal. But the truth is that bullying is not just kids being kids. There are a lot of young people who take their life because of it. It's like a really serious issue. I knew that it wasn't just me, obviously. Like, there were people all around the world struggling with bullying, and I wanted to just show them that suicide was never the answer and that there were ways to advocate for yourself when it felt like no one else was listening or no one understood you. So I began writing my first book, The Survival Guide to Bullying. I like to look at it as a little handbook that any young person can hopefully use if they're dealing with bullying in school or online and they don't know how to navigate it and they feel completely alone. I didn't know how you write a book. I had no idea how that process worked. I was like, I'm gonna write this and eventually I'm gonna find a way to share it with people. I began writing it at 16. It took me 2.5 years, and then I self-published it as an ebook. And then I started speaking like in different schools and just trying to get it out there in any way possible. About a month after I self-published, Scholastic found my book and they acquired it, and it was the only self-published ebook they had ever bought at that time, and it completely changed my life. The words that pour from my lips now come from lips that were sealed far too many years. Drown the world in what they do not wish to hear. That which they do not wish to hear is truth. After the first book, I started speaking all over the US, and I found that when I would speak, especially to young people, and I would share it through poetry, they kind of opened up more. It was really, really cool to see the impact of this form of writing that I just love, be able to open those doors. And so the poetry really took off, and I wound up performing at Madison Square Garden 3 times. I performed at the UN. And then from there, I kept writing poetry, and I would write poetry about all sorts of topics, from bullying to mental health, women's issues, and then eventually wrote my second book, Dear Girl, and it's about a journey from girlhood to young womanhood, all told through poetry. Bullying is something that happens to so many people. The amount of messages I get every single day, it's wild. I got a message the other day from a girl who said she read my book and that it saved her life. My goal going into it was that if it would help one person see that light and hopefully ask for help, then that would have been what I had hoped for. I think something that I wish that I had learned sooner is to never let anyone make you feel like you're worthless. And I think for that whole time that I experienced the bullying, the cyberbullying, I really believed that I was worthless, and I really let other people's words and actions get to me. And I always encourage young people that if you are experiencing bullying, always listen to your gut and to your instincts, and to not let anyone make you feel differently about yourself, and not let anyone sway you from what you want to achieve.